Hello, Vanguardians. This is Anthony here with
Logan
from Epic CFV 365. Don't forget, like, subscribe buttons down below. Leave a comment with what you think. Check us out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for all of our Vanguard videos. Check the links down below for Dave and Adam's Big N Facebook, eBay, and Game Time Facebook page. Go ahead.
Alright, so today we are going to be looking at Dark Irregular's Amon. So here's a starter, Barmaid Grace, great starter for Amon decks. Just, it's kind of broken, to be honest with you. It's Counterblast 1 and Restless unit. Choose Soul Church 2 and choose an Amon card, or with Amon in its name, and it gets plus 1,000 for every card in the Soul. So I'm just going to kind of go through the deck really quick, and then I'll explain some stuff. So of course you have your 4 heal triggers here. I'm running 6 crit, so there's that, and then here's the other crit. 6 draw, because Amon really does, even though they soul charge a lot and you deck thin a lot, the problem is they soul charge so much you can't get to the cards you want sometimes. So the draw is kind of easier so you can get to the cards that you need. I run 2 of this Amon follower. He is extremely good. He's a 10k grade 1 basically if there's whenever he attacks. So I run also 4 Hell's Draw. No, Hell's Deal, my bad. I run 4 Doreen's. Doreen the Thruster. 4 Flag Breakers, because Flag Breaker is kind of your damage on flipper. 3 Hell's Knell. 4 Hell's Draw also, so yeah. And 4 Ron, which is the 12k for the Amons. I run 1 reverse because it kind of can push pressure if your opponent's playing grade 2 game. I'm running 3 Amons. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, it's Amon, why aren't you running 4? And that's because just that extra reverse instead of the Amon is kind of a little bit better. And 3 is just plenty. You're like, well, what if I soul charge them? Well, you have reverse and you can get ways. It does work. And then Amon's leader, Astroth, I'm running 4 of because you soul charge a lot. So that's kind of your way to get to Amon. You kind of want him more. As far as strides go, I'm running 1 Madu, so that in case I do need a stride and I use Amon, then I can get back. I'm running 1 of the Amon's stride, just so if I needed that extra side, or that extra GB1. I'm running 2 Kiss Kill. Great card, just amazing card, because it's a Soul Charge 2. That can sometimes get you to where you can use this guy, which I'm running 4 Gilder Eyes. Some people say you don't need 4, but I like it because if the first one doesn't go through, then you have a backup. And I mean, there's not many stuff that Amons need for their stride. So going back through here, of course, their starter is amazing. This guy, the crit trigger is really good, but you gotta know when to use it. Like, if you have the counterblast and your opponent like desperately needs something, and there's like nothing else on the field except that one thing, because the downside to it is your opponent gets to choose what to retire, and it's, okay, let me explain its effect first. Counterblast 1, or when it goes into the soul, counterblast 1, and your opponent gets to choose something on his field to retire. It's basically like Amon. But that's the only downside. It's kind of conditional whenever you want to use it. Hysteric Shirleys are great because they can combo really well with Doreen's if you need that extra push. Which Doreen's effect is every time you soul charge, and this is on the field, it gets plus 3,000. So Doreen's are always a plus in an Amon deck because that's all they do. Doreen's get really stupid and really powerful. So, of course, 10Ks for the push. Hell's Deal, Hell's Knell, Hell's Draw, all three of them are just, again, a stupidly, well, Hell's Knell is not really, but Hell's Draw and Hell's Deal are just stupidly good with Doreen's again, and these help you get towards where you can use Gilderize. So, flag breakers. These are kind of important right now. You can run the stands, but flag breakers are your damage on flippers. So, with Amon, with the starter, with Hell's Knell, if you need soul, these kind of help you make, or not, stuff that you kind of need soul with. These will help you also unflip the damage that you're going to use for to put that stuff in the soul. Again, 12k, it adds pressure to the deck. Now, reverse, like I said, if your opponent wants to play that grade 2 game, which is kind of stupid, this effect is, it's a limit break. That's why it's great. It does the same thing with 1,000 for every card in your soul, and it gets 1 crit. If there's 6, this is all if there's, I think, 6 or more. But it combos really well with the starter, because you'll use the starter and you can target it. So he's getting plus 2,000 for every card in the soul, or he's getting plus 1,000 for the starter. Then you're going to lock your starter with his effect, because that's its cost, is to lock something, since it's not going to boost anyway. And he's getting plus 2,000 for every card in the soul then, and that extra crit. So that's just, it's a stupid combo. It makes it broken. Amon, it's an Amon deck. Who wouldn't use it? And whenever you do have that Legion, using its effect to combo Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 1, then this goes off to where it is, when they retire something that by one of your effects, you get the Soul Charge 3. So again, making Doreen already plus 4. Because Doreen's is not only when it's soul charge, just whenever anything goes into the soul. So like with his Shirley, it gets plus 2 on it for the Shirley and the soul charge. Well, guys, thank you. So that's it.
Anything else you'd like to change about the deck?
The grade 2's Hell's Knell. I've been playing around with it. It's a great for if you're kind of running behind on soul charge or a soul, and you don't have that 15. Yeah, and you're like, alright, I'll just swing and get that extra 3. That's great. The problem is you can't combo it with Doreen's, because Doreen's are only during the main phase. So you have to do all your soul charging in the main phase. But it's great if you need to get to Gilderize. So that's about the only thing I would really change. And I play around with the stands and the crits and the draws. I was running the stands because it's a damage on flipper, it's a draw, and it's a soul charge. So it's good, and it goes back to the deck. But they kind of need the draw power too.
Alrighty, that was an Amon deck profile. Don't forget, like, subscribe buttons down below. Be sure to check us out on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for all of our Vanguard videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment with what you think. Check out the links for David Adams' Facebook, eBay, Big N, and Game Time Facebook page. This has been Anthony and
Logan
from Epic CFV 365 saying, if you're going to card fight, make it epic.